Baltasar Ebang Engonga.
Every day he have to sleep about 5 women.
Baltasar wasn't arrested because of the women.
Baltasar Engonga.
Baltasar Engonga.
If Baltasar's mother is alive,
yes,
she will also be included in the
She will also be included.
So what?
This isn't just a scandal, it's a deeply woven conspiracy, a scheme to silence and destroy one man, a man with too much power, too much knowledge, and too much ambition. Beneath the surface of explicit videos and shocking headlines lies a web of deception, betrayal, and ambition, tangled in the high-stakes world of Equatorial Guinea's ruling elite. Imagine this. What if everything you've heard about Baltasar Ebang Engonga, the alleged sex scandal, the shocking 400 explicit tapes with influential women, the accusations of corruption, was all part of an elaborate plot, a conspiracy set up by powerful people with something to lose? What if this story was created to bury the real reason for his arrest, the dangerous truths Baltasar threatened to expose? Have you seen the video of Baltasar's wife with another man? It's the one trending everywhere right now. Baltasar wasn't just anyone. As a nephew of President Teodoro Obiang Nguema, he held a privileged yet unstable position. Obiang, the world's longest-serving president, has ruled Equatorial Guinea since 1979. Now 82, he faces a country in crisis. Its economy is sinking as oil reserves shrink, leaving 1.715 million people struggling in poverty across 28,051 square kilometers. In this country, a small group of elites, including the president's own family, accumulates enormous wealth, while most citizens lack basic resources. Among these elites, Baltasar played an essential role. He was deeply involved in the political power dynamics. But Baltasar was more than just a player. He had ambitions. And with those ambitions came danger. Baltasar knew the family's financial secrets, the hidden dealings of top officials, and the corruption that ran through the administration, making him a serious threat. As the head of the National Financial Investigation Agency, Baltasar had access to information few others did. He knew where the money was, who controlled it, and how it was being stolen. His investigations targeted powerful figures including Teodoro Nguema Obiang Mangwe, who has been the first vice president of Equatorial Guinea since June 22, 2016. Teodoro, the president's son, is accused of taking $200 million through corrupt practices. But Baltasar didn't stop there. He aimed to expose the president himself, a man rumored to be among the richest leaders in the world, with an estimated fortune of $600 million, as reported by the German news outlet DW, despite leading one of Africa's poorest nations. This is Jackson as always. I'm your documentarian servant. Welcome to the world of research. Welcome to the large family of WIN, Wisdom in Narrations. Let me begin in this way. President Teodoro Obiang's administration has more than financial secrets to hide. International reports, including those from the United States, have condemned the regime for severe human rights abuses, documenting cases of arbitrary killings and torture. Critics argue that the Obiang administration operates through fear and control, suppressing opposition and eliminating threats with brute force. It's a regime that survives by silencing those who speak out, whether through intimidation or violence. This track record of oppression makes it clear that anyone challenging the ruling family does so at great personal risk. Meanwhile, the wealth and privilege enjoyed by Obiang's family stand in stark contrast to the poverty of the nation. Scandals about their lavish lifestyle are not uncommon. Vice President Teodoro Obiang Mangwe himself is infamous for his excessive spending, including the purchase of a $275,000 crystal-encrusted glove once owned by Michael Jackson. It's a symbol of the family's wealth, acquired at the cost of a nation's suffering. Baltasar's ambition made him dangerous. His investigations were shaking the political landscape, his influence was growing, and people began to see him as a possible successor to Obiang. For a man in his 80s, this was a threat he could not ignore. In the corridors of power, people whispered that Baltasar might be the next president, a leader who could upend the system and hold the corrupt accountable. This was too much for the ruling family to bear. The stakes were high, and so they acted. The plan was simple, yet sinister. The elite crafted a plot that would leave Baltasar in ruins. They decided to weaponize scandal to erase him from the political scene. In the dark world of Equatorial Guinea's power structure, they turned to a form of entrapment that would ruin him beyond repair. They would destroy him through sexpionage. Baltasar, known for his good looks and charm, had a reputation with women. His enemies knew this and saw an opportunity. Powerful officials allegedly convinced their wives and other women close to the administration to seduce Baltasar. These weren't just any women, they were the wives of ministers, military officials, and relatives of the president. They were women from the inner circle, women who understood the game of power and the consequences of refusal. And they had everything to lose. The women were encouraged, some say forced, to start relationships with Baltasar, to trap him in risky situations. They knew that getting involved in this way would harm their own reputations, but they had little choice. If they refused, they risked being blamed for the same corruption their husbands feared would be revealed. Their husbands, the real masterminds, had more than enough power over them. The plan was carefully planned. Meetings were arranged, encounters staged. Some took place in Baltasar's office, others in luxury hotels, each carefully documented. The women convinced Baltasar to record their encounters, knowing these videos would later be used against him. Some of them appeared comfortable on camera, a detail that would later raise suspicions. Baltasar, perhaps too confident in his position and too trusting of those around him, agreed he was trapped. On October 25, 2024, Baltasar was arrested. Officially, it was for embezzling state funds, accused of hiding $1.2 million in secret accounts in the Cayman Islands. He was taken to Black Beach, the most notorious prison in Malabo, known for its brutal treatment, especially of political opponents. His computers and phones were seized and handed over to the National Gendarmerie, the institution supposedly responsible for safeguarding evidence. And then, a week later, the videos began to leak. The leaks didn't happen by chance. The first video appeared on Telegram and then spread to Facebook, Instagram, and eventually throughout the internet. Explicit videos showing Baltasar with various women started circulating, quickly reaching millions and setting off a scandal that soon overshadowed everything else. The public was both horrified and fascinated, a powerful man exposed in the most intimate way. One of the videos featured Michi, the wife of Jesus Edumoto, a high-ranking figure in presidential security. Allegations suggest she was involved in recording the video. But one question remained unanswered. Who leaked these videos and for what reason? For many, the answer was clear. The videos were part of a planned effort to ruin Baltasar's reputation. Presidential advisors had reportedly met in secret, crafting a plan to destroy his public image. They knew that a scandal this big would make him unelectable, untouchable, and isolated. But the leaks didn't just hurt Baltasar. They broke families apart, impacted the children of those involved, and embarrassed women who were likely caught up in political games beyond their control. Vice President Teodoro Obiang Mangue, the president's son and expected successor, seized the moment. He issued orders for telecom companies to halt the spread of the videos, declaring, "We cannot stand by as families fall apart." Mangue's own record, however, casts doubt on his motives. Known internationally for corruption, with assets seized in multiple countries, Mangue's swift intervention was seen by many as a hypocritical display. To some, Mangue's actions weren't about preserving morality, but about removing a rival. This scandal paved the way for Mangue to rise to the presidency. eliminating Baltasar as a competitor. The Obiang family's hold on Equatorial Guinea was growing stronger, and Mangwe was determined to keep it. For activists like Nsang Christia Esimi Cruz, who lives in exile, the scandal highlights the core issues in Equatorial Guinea's decline. It's not just about one man's downfall, it's about a system built on fear, corruption, and control. In a nation with no free press, where critics are jailed or silenced, rumors and leaks often become the only source of truth. Cruz believes this scandal exposes the deep decay within, a regime willing to sacrifice anyone to protect its power. Internationally, the story caught fire. People in Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, and beyond were captivated. The name Equatorial Guinea became a top trending topic, drawing attention away from issues like the US elections. In a matter of days, Baltasar went from a powerful figure to a public disgrace, his name synonymous with scandal. But for the people of Equatorial Guinea, this story is only a symptom. While the elites live in luxury, ordinary citizens struggle in poverty. Despite vast resources like oil, gold, and diamonds, the country's economy has been in steady decline. According to the World Bank, it shrank by 5.7% last year. Yet, instead of focusing on poverty and economic recovery, the government has chosen to spotlight a scandal, using it to distract the public. After everything that happened, Manga took steps to restore morality, calling for CCTV cameras in government offices to catch inappropriate and illegal acts. But to the people, this move felt empty. Mangwe, the same man with a history of corruption and lavish spending, was now positioning himself as the guardian of integrity. It was a farce, and everyone knew it. Despite the allegations in the video involving Baltasar, there are also reports claiming that his wife, who has 6 children, was involved with another man. This video is circulating widely on the internet with captions suggesting that Baltasar's wife cheated on him, allegedly prompting him to cheat as well. However, this video is fake, and the woman in it is not Baltasar's wife. After thorough research, I discovered that the video was recorded 7 years ago and features individuals associated with the adult industry. The real question remains, is this scandal the end of Baltasar, or is it the beginning of a new era of questioning and resistance? The people of Equatorial Guinea have been silenced, oppressed, and overlooked, forced to endure a dynasty that has ruled with an iron fist for nearly half a century. In the end, Baltasar Ebang Engonga's story is not just about a man caught in a trap. It's about a country trapped in the hands of a family that will do anything to maintain power. The story forces us to ask ourselves, how far will they go to protect their legacy, and who else will they destroy in the process? This is more than a scandal. It's a tragedy of betrayal, manipulation, and loss. And as the world watches, the people of Equatorial Guinea are left to wonder, will this be the event that finally breaks the chains, or just another chapter in a seemingly endless cycle of power, corruption, and control? This is Jackson as always. I wish you better life, foods, and money. Stay in the big family of Wisdom in Narrations.